welcome back to the shop here at Lantern Light Farm. So if you are a follower of the Facebook page, you probably know what's inside this blue box right here. But for those of you that aren't, let me kind of get you caught up. A few weeks ago, I burnt up the old skill drill here that I've had for probably 5 years. It hasn't had a whole lot of service. I use it mostly for drilling pocket holes, or if the battery in my cordless drill goes dead, I usually switch over to this. But when I was using it, I'm pretty sure the brushes in the motor went out, and I'm 99% positive they are not replaceable. So it goes to the junk pile, and it's very disappointing because that drill isn't that old. And it got me to thinking, you know, there's a lot of old tools out on the market that are still around that I think people often overlook. And this drill is one of them. So this is a 1950s Black & Decker Fix-It kit, and the Fix-It kit refers to the fact that it came with some accessories, which we'll look at here in a minute. Look at that drill. You know, you don't find anything like that in the tool stores today. And you know, this drill is from a time when there weren't as many safety regulations placed on tools. You know, this metal housing, you know, can be a conductor of electricity. This chuck has its limitations. It's a 1/4 inch chuck. And this is actually the upgraded chuck. These drills came with 2 chuck options. One of them was kind of a keyless chuck, and this one has the upgraded chuck that uses the chuck key. So what I thought we would do today is take this drill. Obviously it needs to have the quarter replaced. You can see it's cracked in several different places, so I want to get that off so we don't run the risk of electrifying the case of this drill, which I've heard happens. I want to replace the cord with something that has a ground on it. I want to grease the gearbox, grease the chuck up really good, and polish the outer case. So I thought I would bring you guys along for the journey. So this drill, really on the outside, when you look at it, it really appears to be in pretty good condition. You can tell it's been used. You can see some of the sawdust that's inside the motor here. So I'm going to get all of this cleaned out, and I need to, which is going to be tough for you guys to see, I need to pop the brushes inside here out. I'm going to clean this all up. So I wanted to show you guys why sometimes these tools get a bad name. It's because these old wires will fray and or rub against the case, and as you can see right here under my finger, that both wires have the jacket that has been stripped away. And of course, when you have a metal bodied drill case as such, you know, one of those contacts the outside and the whole body of the drill becomes energized. So I'll get this replaced. So here's what everything looks like taken apart and cleaned up and all the grease removed, and you can see I've got all the old grease out of everything, and everything is kind of nicely cleaned up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my buffing wheel and see if we can shine up some of the outside of this old drill. Here it is, and I'm sure you're all probably wondering, does it still work? In fact, it does. The only thing I didn't do to this was replace the brushes, and the next time I get into town, I'll probably swing by our local hardware store and grab a new set of brushes for it. They look to be a pretty standard brush, so just to treat it, and I think this drill will probably last another 50 years. Now you're probably wondering, earlier you heard me mention, of course it's a Black & Decker, but it's what's known as a fix kit. And Black & Decker was trying to make these drills more appealing to the homeowner as a multi-purpose tool. So they came out with a line of these fix kits, and this is what was referred to as the grinding and sanding and polishing kit, because within this kit you got some different arbors. This is a disc that would have held a couple sanding pads. Also to that, you could attach a buffing wheel, another buffing wheel here. It came with an arbor, a grinding wheel. There's a chuck key in here, and to make this all work, they also sold it with this bracket, this Black & Decker bracket. And what this bracket allowed you to do was to mount your drill to your workbench and install, one of these grinding wheel attachments or maybe the polishing thing, and they were just attempting to make this more appealing. Now, for this drill, you can actually get a replacement head, so the chuck comes off and you can put a jigsaw on here. They also make one that is a sander. So in future videos I might try and get my hands on some of those so we can take a look at them. But a great drill. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little bit of a different video than we've done lately, so be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with everything that's going on here at the farm.